Family. We back again, back again. Hopefully we are live and in color. We're trying to get all right, family. Hopefully we good. We're back again today. It's another beautiful day, springtime, but we're still dealing with coronavirus. Prayers to the people who are dealing with coronavirus. Rest in peace to all those folks who have not survived this. Prayers to the healthcare providers that are out there on the front line. And guess what? Everybody else stay at home. I'm at home. Hopefully, you're at home. And we can talk a little bit about insurance and insurance strategy. Again, insurance and insurance strategy that lead into retirement, estate planning, uh, you know, passing on legacies. I mean, we're going to get into a lot of different topics. Uh, I've been talking with clients again all day today about various strategies and about ways that they can leverage insurance, in particular, clients who are looking at using insurance as a part of their portfolio, not the entire portfolio, because a lot of people are still investing. They're in the market. They have other assets, but I can tell you the majority of people are out there not using life insurance as a part of their portfolio, as a part of their wealth building strategy, leveraging it as a part of their tax strategy, putting themselves in a position to actually have access to tax-free money when necessary, to be in a position to have tax-free money even in this type of an economy when all of us are waiting on, yes, I'm a business owner, waiting on the stimulus package. You can actually call your insurance company too and get some money from your insurance policy if you are prepared with an insurance policy with cash value. So understand, my goal every day is to give us a little bit more information so that we're prepared to have these discussions with our agents, uh, review our policies on a regular basis, get those policies out of the safety deposit box, get those policies out from underneath your mattress, pull them out and understand what they are saying. First couple of pages in, the declaration page should tell you what they're saying. Further in should give you the definitions of all the words that you're reading. The words in a policy are very literal. They basically define exactly what they're saying. So understand this, family. Today we're going to talk about children's policies. Why you should get a policy on your kids. When they're young. Did you realize you can get a policy on a baby as young as 15 days old? 15 days old, insurance can be written on that baby. Not with the intention that something's going to happen to your child, but with the idea of strategy and how to leverage these assets that you could be putting money into a product that you can be saving, it can be compounding with interest, it can be used later on in life for expenses, maybe college tuition. Uh, buy them a car when they're 16. Or say you need it. You need it as a parent. You can make sure you take advantage of those dollars and use them. It can just be a pocket for you to set money in as you manage your money month to month. Because we all need what we call savings. And savings is made up of lifestyle money, retirement money, and emergency money. Remember, three things make up savings: lifestyle, retirement, and emergency. It's me again, Steve LeBroy. I'm giving you information. Steve LeBroy, like, share, comment. Trying to go live every day with a topic. If you have a topic, if you got your insurance policies out, you got a question, put it down here in the box or contact me at stephenlebroy.com/call. We are here to try and help. Insurance is one of the most miseducated topics in the world today that has been around for over 150 years in the USA. Because the language looks so complex in the contract, which we call a policy, most people just want to know two things. What does it cost and what do I get? We can really change that. We can really rely on understanding of it and intentional design of it, intentional use of it, so that it makes sense to buy. It's a wealth transfer. Anything you're going to spend your money on month after month, year after year, decade after decade is a wealth transfer because you could be spending it on something else. Understand, we need to know what that is. Just like we spend our money on a car 4 to 5 years, just like we spend our money on a home for 30 years. It's a wealth transfer. You know, we spend a ton of money on college education. We transfer that wealth to buy that college education and tuition to gain something in the future. Well, if you're going to buy life insurance, it's the same thing. Why not understand it? You know, I always say, if you're signing something and you don't understand it, then it's really a bad situation that can occur, especially something that's coming out of your pocket. So again, we're going to talk about children. You know, again, children can have insurance. As a parent, you can get insurance on your child 15 days after they're born. For the most part, I'm going to give you some general parameters. As your child grows, before they're 18, you can get a policy, a whole policy on that child, but it has to be half of the smallest policy amongst the two parents or amongst the parent. They don't let you buy $1 million on your child and you got $100,000. That's not going to work. But the key is the child is younger, the policy is going to be less expensive, and depending upon how much money you put in it, it's going to grow faster over time than yours. And you're the owner of that policy and the beneficiary of that policy. You hold two places. Your son or daughter is the insured. Why would I do that? They always say, well, why am I going to buy a policy on my child? Well, you know, again, it's another place that you can put money, depending upon how you structure that policy. If you got higher cash value, lower death benefit, but depending upon how you structure it, the death benefit can grow as well, but the cash value grows as well. So understand, you have to be knowledgeable about how you want to structure it and put yourself in a position so that by the time your child hits 18, if that is a date on our strategy, there's funds available. If you want to continue to pay into it, using those dollars, those cash value dollars, because you're the owner, you control the dollars, you can continue to pay into it. And then you can pass that policy on to your child later in life, your adult son or daughter. And you begin to start the process of creating generational wealth. Then the beneficiary can be transferred to your grandchild. I mean, a lot of us don't think about these things from a generational perspective, 1-2 years. We think about these things just based on us. But now we're starting to look at application of insurance over 3 or 4 generations. There's strategies with insurance that can apply to your life, that in any time during your life when things are out of your control, like now, we're in a recession. Some people call it a depression. You might be able to access those funds to use them to take care of things in your family. And then when things get back level, you put those funds back. Because I always say an insurance policy with cash value in it, remember this, is something that you own, OWN, not Oprah, something that you own. Most other tools out there, especially credit tools, are something that you owe. You owe, OWE. So why don't I take care of what I own? Why don't I structure insurance so it's maximum efficient in terms of what I own? Because it's a part of your asset base. I gave you guys the tax code last week, 7702. I want you to do some Google searching. I want you to check this out. I want you to reach out to me, StephenLeBroy.com/call, and let's talk about your children. Did you get a child rider on your policy that equals about $10,000, $15,000? You added expense to your policy to get that child rider? Well, maybe now your child is a young adult, and that rider only took you to age 20, 23, 24, maybe 26. Why aren't we getting another policy on our child? Why aren't we showing our children how to get these policies younger? Why are we duplicating our process of getting a policy in our 50s and then allowing them to get a policy in their 50s? Come on, folks. We know insurance, life insurance, is a long-term option. The younger you get it, the less expensive it is. But if you design it properly, the more it benefits you. So again, children have the ability to have policies that are less expensive. At the same time, if you're putting money in, I got some questions here today. If you're putting money in, you have to know how to design it so that you can maximize that. Let's ask some questions before we get back into it. Let's see. What insurance for people over 60? All right, Jason, my cousin. Insurance for people over 60. Same kind of life insurance. It's all about strategy. It's all about what we're trying to accomplish. Are we trying to create some tax advantages? Are we trying to create some retirement funds? Are we trying to create a legacy for the children? Let's talk strategy because they're available. You can't get a policy after age 85. Remember that. 85 is the cutoff. Over 60, that's fine. Just let's make it a part of a strategy. My buddy Delbert, there's my buddy Larry. So let's talk about this. Getting a policy for your children. I hear a lot of times people say, I don't want to get a policy on my child. I don't want to think of them as passing away. Remember, Life insurance is part of a strategy that's long term. It has many more components than just the death benefit. But we all know that some children will pass. The idea is to create a portfolio that's complete, that is complete with all of the taxed as well as non-taxed products. We call them tools. And if you have that, if you structure your money that way, then you're ready for anything that could possibly happen. You're minimizing your risk. Risk management every day in life. You know, we're washing our hands now to minimize the risk. We're staying in the house now to minimize the risk. We have homeowners insurance to minimize the risk. We have car insurance to minimize the risk. Do we have life insurance? Some do, some don't. Should we have life insurance that applies to a strategy in our lives that can help us along the way, especially some of us that are closer to retirement? Yeah, I think we should at least start to explore it in its benefit. When it comes down to it, it's been put in place as an estate plan product that passes to your beneficiaries tax-free. You know, earlier today I was saying that we all have an estate plan. I ask anybody, have you done your will and trust? Have you done your will? Have you put everything in a trust? Most people say no. They're going to get to it. The paperwork is on their desk. Oh, they got to call in to their lawyer. I don't know about that because I'm going to tell you, everybody has an estate plan, whether you do your paperwork or not. Because if you don't do your paperwork, the state has a plan for you and all that you own. It's called probate. Probate. If you don't do your paperwork, your family is going to have to do paperwork and go through probate and get rid of about 30 to 40% probably of whatever you had. Even if it's bills, they got to get somebody to help them get rid of the bills. So again, I'm not here to talk about life insurance as end of life. We're here to talk about how to manage a portfolio, including life insurance, on your children. Again, a lot of parents get it when their child is born. They buy Gerber products. They buy products that they can get a rider on where the child rider is included in their policy. But what about getting an actual policy for your child that you control as the owner that can have a substantial death benefit but also grows cash value? Did you know that at this time, the financial aid application right now doesn't show life insurance? And I can talk about that too. So if you got life insurance, some of your money will not be shown. But I'm going to tell you folks, for real, we got to get engaged in this whole conversation about life insurance. We have to start to understand it. We have to include it in our portfolio discussions because the economics of the downturns and the upswings are going to keep coming. You know, I don't care if you're great at stock purchasing, you're good at Forex, you're great at buying real estate. If you don't have life insurance that balances against that, the winds of change are going to always come that way. Pay attention. Make sure that you understand it when you sign it. Pull them out. We're going to be here this week, next week, week after next. Some days we're just going to be answering questions. So we appreciate you. We're going to do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. And we're going to keep doing this until we find out that people are making an understanding of life insurance a part of their life. So again, like, share, comment. It's Steve LeBroy. Please set up a call. Steve LeBroy, StevenLeBroy.com/call. You'll be on my calendar. We'll just pick up the phones. We can do it on the computer. We can just do it on the phone. I'd love to have a conversation with you about this. I made this my life's passion because I'm hearing so many strategies that other cultures use to use these products in times like this and in upswing times to leverage and benefit their families. And we have to pay attention to that. So again, it's Steve LeBroy. We're going to get off here today. But I'm looking forward to talking with you. Leave questions and comments in the live. I'll be looking at them this evening. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Stay in the house. Wash your hands. Pray for those that are on the front line and for those that are stricken. Take care. God bless.